To stop the launch of the new type of nuclear warhead, Snake rushes to the underground maintenance base. However, Vulcan Raven is waiting for him. While Raven is dying after being defeated by Snake, he tells Snake that the DARPA chief who died in front of Snake was actually Foxhound member Decoy Octopus in disguise. Snake, who has just been told by Master that Naomi has been lying about her identity, is confused and filled with doubt, but heads for the underground maintenance base just beyond the door. What's going on, fellas? This is Giga Space Blob, and welcome back to more Metal Gear Solid. Last time around, we had a big battle in the warehouse against the giant Vulcan Raven. And a battle it was, for certain. All that's left of him were his gun, and pretty much that. Just right over there. His giant Vulcan cannon. The remains of Vulcan Raven. They even took his bones, too. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that last time. But anyways, this time, we're going to continue further through this base. But let's just double check around the area and make sure we grabbed everything we need to. Okay, that's a good thing I should bring up. The Stinger missiles. You're going to want to make sure you have plenty of them in an upcoming fight. And an upcoming fight that we've been waiting ages for. Now with the level 7 card, we can enter this door. Now coming up here, you're going to want to get chaff grenades ready, because we have a crazy amount of gun cameras. They give you some chaff grenades right here in advance. And there's also some pit traps, just because you can't have an easy time for Snake. Now let's get started. Along this little stairwell, we can also find some more Stinger missiles. You want literally as many as you want. And once we get through that area, I'll get whatever that other item was on the way out. If we progress further, take a look. Metal Gear. This is it. Metal Gear Rex. We have found it at last. It's as huge as the demos show it. Obviously, you're not going to be able to just tip it over. But it's not active right now, which is a blessing. However, that doesn't mean it looks like it'll be easy to take down. But for now, let's just try to explore the area as much as we can and figure out what's going on.
Snake, it's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear, but it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, nobody patrolling. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys, and besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course, but there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep, that describes me pretty well.
Does it look like you can get in?
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
I'm counting on you.
Looks like Otacon was hiding one more trick up his sleeve. He's a hacker! So we're gonna have to rely on him to break into the system and figure out just what's going on here. And now the radar is jamming, so we're gonna have trouble seeing guards. So you don't want to be running around like an idiot. That's why they give you these chaff grenades. You want to be always looking. You don't want to just run into danger.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
Sounds like Baker's system is pretty rock solid. Climbing up the ladder with one hand. Climbing further up, we can see even more of Metal Gear Rex. That's a pretty beastly machine. And even still climbing around it, we can still see a lot more. Yeah, this will probably give you a good view of how big this thing is. Seriously, imagine something like this in real life. That'd be horrible. That would be horrific. Oh, there's a guy. And we can climb right on top of the machine.
Snake, I did it!
You got past security?
Bingo!
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
I haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
Yeah, we learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START 3 treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You've changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think that data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No, Ocelot took it from me.
Damn. The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
The secret is revealed. The ultimate nuclear warhead. And such a concept in real life would literally spell the end of the world. Like, seriously, a nuclear weapon that you can't block. Like, countries would be destroyed in seconds. We're so lucky that this is a video game. Guy right in front of me! Sorry, dude, you made me panic. Oh, actually, I'm gonna take that. Bombus bullet. And along this way, we're gonna see that up there. That looks interesting. And in fact, actually, if we go up back at the top of Rex and we look at it with the scope, we can see some interesting people inside. Go back up the ladder. We can briefly see them over there with that way, but use the scope. Take a look. It's Ocelot and Liquid. Liquid survived after all. And it looks like they're plotting the plan. We have to hurry and make our way over to them. The dangers of this weapon are too great to be ignored now.
Snake!
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
Well, that's part of it. Arms Tech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like we were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Another instance to add in the long list of instances. Another instance to add in the long list of instances that proves that corporate greed is mankind's greatest enemy. But now, there they are right in there, and somehow Ocelot didn't see Snake.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device. We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No, there's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss?
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
Liquid.
But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site?
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the President will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the President's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India. I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about this new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the President will break. he will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion? That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox Dye vaccine in our demands.
Fox Dye. It killed Octopus and the Armstech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with the adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe it's just because this Fox Dye was still experimental and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
In any case, have you heard from your friend, Colonel Sergei Golukovich, at the Spetsnaz?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here.
We could still escape.
We've got the most powerful weapon ever made, and we're about to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? We can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours!
What about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
But boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the Armstech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Snake, I found Baker's top secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see the override system that the President was talking about. It can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
Yeah, you better get started. We don't have much time.
But it takes 3 keys, right? I've only got 1 of them.
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy?
Yes. It's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in 1. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. Input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First, I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system. It's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Who's that? Damn! The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Snake, this is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Snake, you've got to get that key.
They've caught on to the fact that we're here, and we've lost that key. We've got to hurry and get it back. But right now, we've got to lose the enemy, because they're right on our tail. This is the only time in the whole game where you could realistically go through the entire segment. Okay, we got him. We got him. Return to your positions. That's the only forced alert segment in the entire game that also goes into evasion. Any other times, it's during a battle, which goes straight to, straight back to normal phase, and not evasion phase. But for now, we've got to head back down because we've got to get that key card. I'm probably being a little bit too paranoid with encountering enemies when. But at the same time, they know where we are now. So we better hurry and get moving. We're back down here. This is where the key card fell to, but it's nowhere to be seen.
You lost the key? Hurry up and find it. They've already entered the detonation code. The only way to stop that launch is to lock the system by re-inputting the detonation codes. If you use the mine detector, you should be able to find the key, even if it fell into the drainage ditch. Whatever you do, find that key.
And if we look with the mine detector, we don't see it. But we do see it over there. But we also find a bomb.
Snake, did you find the key?
No, it's not here.
Don't be ridiculous. You saw it fall into the drainage ditch, didn't you? The drainage ditch. Isn't there something odd about it?
No. There are a lot of big rats, though.
That's it, Snake. A rat must have eaten it.
Now who's being ridiculous?
No, I'm right. There's no other possibility. Rats eat all sorts of things. There's nothing unusual about that.
So we've got to find a rat. And there was a little... Okay. You're arrested! How are you talking to me? Alright, well, that was stupid. But anyways, yes, Master Miller is correct. A rat has eaten the key, and you might have seen a tiny little exclamation point just then. That was the rat. So what we want to do is we want to use the stinger and shoot that rat. First, we find it. Where is it? And this water is radioactive, so you're gonna lose health staying in here. Alright, where is this rat? Oh. I see it. Oh. Alright, well in any case, we want to wait. That's what you want to do. You want to wait for it to show up around here. Because you want to blow up that rat so he spits out the gun. I mean, not the gun, the card. Alright, let's see if he comes out over here. Although I do worry about that surveillance camera. There it is. I got it! That's the PAL key right there. And, oh, that's a gun camera. Okay. But now we have the PAL key. So let's hurry up and get moving.
You found the card key, right? First comes the room temperature key. Put it into the far left terminal in the control room. That key is actually an IC card. Its connector pins and main body are made of a shape memory alloy. It's designed so that unless it's been changed to the correct shape, it won't be recognized by the PAL code input terminal in the control room, and the detonation code won't be entered.
In any case, we've got the key now. Now it's time to get moving to the control room and get that key in. No thanks. I have no time to waste on you. What I do have time to waste on is getting that key card. Now this is going to build up to an immense padding segment. Having to backtrack to pretty much everywhere that you've been to up in Disc 2 in order to get the key to the correct temperature. You will have to go to the warehouse where you fought Vulcan Raven for the low temperature key and the blast furnace for the high temperature key. And I will of course be cutting out all of that because there's no way you want to see me backtrack to all of the places. So that will only show when I have actually gotten to the area. Once we reach the room, we gotta be careful about the cameras. Of course, it's easily avoidable by using chaff grenades, but you're going to be using chaff grenades constantly, so you want to be careful about when and where you use them.
PAL code number 1 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2. Freeze the key.
PAL number 1 is finished. But that's only a third of the way finished to stopping the warhead. Now, to head back to the warehouse where we fought Vulcan Raven. Like I said, padding. Be very careful when coming out this door. You don't want to go any further than this, because you want to make sure you get the grenade thrown, and that's when you move. Yeah, you can make it through that with just one grenade, but you still want to move literally as fast as you can. Now here in the warehouse, we simply have to wait for the PAL key to change shape. There we go. There it is. Yeah, there's no sound indication that it's changed, so that's a little bit annoying. But in any case, it's done, and let's get moving back to the base. Here we are again. Now, to the station. You also want to make sure you don't still have it equipped, because if you keep that equipped, then the shape is going to go right back to what it was normally. But in any case, let's get back up there and get the key going.
PAL code number 2 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 3.
Okay, there goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.
To do that, we go all the way back to the blast furnace. But for now, well, not for now. Right now, we've got to get out of here in one piece. That's a constant challenge with this. Now let's get moving. We're almost done.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox dye. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but
What are you trying to say?
it's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, I mean, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah?
Well, apparently, Fox Dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox Dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
Sure, trust him with a potential spy rather than, you know, do it to someone else. Because, like, you've established for quite a while that you've been done with the Colonel, Snake. Well, in any case, we've got to continue the huge... Okay, that ain't fair. Freaking caught me before I could move. Anyways, we got to continue our way through the base to get to the blast furnace and get the last key. Here we are again in the blast furnace. The alarm's going off. Now to change the key, you want to get close to the molten steel. Obviously, you don't want to go in it because, well, you die. But you want to get close enough to where you can still get the heat to get to the key. And that will cause the key to switch. There it is. And now all that's left to do is get back there and finish this off. I don't think from this point they can spot me in the cutscene. I was ready to eat my words just in case. But let's stop dilly-dallying around and hurry up and get down there. Our non-existent time limit is almost up. However, on our way down, we are going to get something very interesting. Get out of here, crows! Your master is dead. And now...
Snake, can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification. But my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes, Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom. This America. Then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Grey Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Grey Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox? No. Naomi, tell me something.
About Fox Die? Fox Die is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Fox Die contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi.
What?
You must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox Die.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox Die as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake, I...
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox Die was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Traitor! Yeah, Disc 2 is where you get all the twists and turns, literally all in one frick load of a package. So now we've got a whole retrovirus called Fox Die at the works. It was part of this operation and not Naomi's work. And for some reason, the Colonel finds it to be a good idea to boot her out right as we were learning the good stuff. But this won't stand for long. We've got a job to do, and realistically, I don't know why we're still doing it. But at this point, that's all we can do. So let's get moving and finish this. What a challenge it is to climb up a ladder. Don't care. We have bigger things to worry about now. The final PAL key is awaiting our input. Let's finish this!
PAL code number 3 confirmed. PAL code entry complete. Detonation code activated.
No, why?
Ready for launch.
I deactivated it.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us, too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus didn't survive the encounter, thanks to Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning, just to get me to input the detonation code?
Huh? You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine. To me, their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Ah, poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Liquid. How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
Liquid! But now we're locked in this room, and there's gas. We need help!
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
Come on, hurry up already.
Hang on.
I have no patience!
into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
You don't need to sound so grand. We have someone to destroy for what he's done. Liquid! Come back here, Liquid!